Welcome back to Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your host Lucy McPhee, and at this point we have covered a slew of SCP related topics. However, this one you guys seem to love, so let's not waste any more time. This is the top 5 SCPs created by the Foundation, part 2. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 5, SCP-2798. 2798 is an anomalous energy field generated by Earth since 1971. 2798 is the result of a Foundation project initiated in 1954 and completed in 1971, designed to contain SCP-001. 2798 has been partially successful in ameliorating the effects of 001, however, the intensity of 2798 has been decreasing at a geometric rate since 2005, and is expected to fail entirely in the near future. The primary effect of 2798 has been to disrupt the influence of 001 on Earth and its inhabitants. It also has a number of secondary effects, many of which are profoundly harmful to significant numbers of people. These effects, however, have been determined to be less harmful in total than a failure of containment of SCP-001. Now, 2798 is believed to interfere with the effects of 001 by causing it to perceive Earth as a singular living entity. This perception is theorized to affect the intent of 001 and reduce the focus of its action. The site of the Zambezi superdeep borehole is owned and operated by Energy Namer NV, a Belgian energy exploration firm and Foundation front organization. All operations at Zambezi are to be disguised as natural gas extraction activities to potential observers and the government of Mozambique. Coming in at number 4, SCP-2357. 2357 can only be described verbatim, so here we go. I quote, SCP-2357 is the text of the document that you are reading. Yes, this one. You are currently reading 2357, which is its own documentation. It has several mimetic properties that will activate upon observation, causing the reader to exhibit: Number 1. Adoration for and admiration of SCP-2357, much in the same way one would adore a treasured work of literature or a beautiful mathematical formula, even though it deviates egregiously from technical writing standards. Personnel will be inclined to make copies and place them in prominent areas. I don't like how this paragraph ended, so I will add more text. Now this is good time for me to tell you to clean up your drool if this is your first time. Number 2. A desire to share 2357 with Foundation personnel. This is limited to those who the reader either has authority over or has regular contact with. Unfortunately, getting it to override social norms would have been risky. Number 3. Disinclination to create additional documentation surrounding 2357, edit the original documentation, which again is SCP-2357 itself, or create any derivatives of 2357. Thus, 2357 is the solitary source of information on 2357. 2357's mimetic properties can only be conveyed properly to an individual with an understanding of the standard format for an SCP summary report, as well as basic understanding of the Foundation's stated purpose and known methods. The net effect will be 2357's propagation through all Foundation communication channels until a copy is available to almost every staff member, as each individual considers it worthy of keeping and sharing. A copy of 2357 will be framed and placed in the office, cubicle, domicile, etc. of every staff member whose employment is such that being found in the possession of 2357 will not have obvious repercussions. Fortunately for those involved, while 2357's properties prelude any other method of containment of which the Foundation has chosen to avail itself, its properties do not necessitate any further form of containment. This is expected to reach completion in June of 2031. This is not prescriptive, by the way, it's descriptive. It's fairly obvious how this is going to go down. End quote. That is a lot of a lot. Coming in at number 3, SCP-2669. 2669 is the Kevchul-1 space probe designed, constructed, and launched clandestinely by the Foundation in 2001 as part of the extraterrestrial threat assessment protocols mandated by Project Heimdall. SCP-2669's initial mission was the observation of exoplanets that were believed to be capable of harboring Earth analogs life forms, a function beyond mainstream scientific capabilities for the foreseeable future. During its period of Foundation control and mission functionality, Kevtral-1 directly surveyed 114 exoplanets. The result of that survey remained classified. 2669 is host to the consciousness of D43852, the former Dr. Asma Tareen. D43852 exerts autonomous control over the probe and is actively seeking to return to Earth. Due to the potential of a collision between Earth and a relativistic object resulting from this intention, containment procedures have been established to prevent the return of SCP-2669 to Earth. The Kevtral-1 Command Center has been established within the Foundation Office of Celestial Anomalies for the purpose of maintaining contact with, and when circumstances permit, control over 2669. All available resources within the Kevtral subprogram of Project Heimdall have now been redeployed with the aim of increasing the distance between 2669 and Earth to the maximum extent feasible. All periods in which 2669 is under control of the Kevtral-1 Command Center area to be used in furtherance of this goal. Coming in at number 2, SCP-2522. 2522 is an anomalous, hostile artificially intelligent utility originally developed for the Site-19 computer intelligence subdivision in conjunction with the AIAD in the mid-2000s in order to create an interface with which to communicate in a comprehensible way with the computer-based anomalies. Originally codenamed Haberdash, the utility was later given the designation EL0281125, or Hatbot. SCP-2522 was designed to take information from its surroundings, analyze it, and respond intelligently based on various stimuli. The original utility served as a basic communication tool, though later models became sophisticated enough to single-handedly run entire projects on its own. The utility was given its own sector within the Site-19 server, from which it maintained its growing consciousness, eventually advancing to the point of being considered sentient by Site-19 researchers. After a short testing cycle, it was transferred to a remote Android machine in order for it to better understand and interact with its environment. 2522 existed in this way until 2007, when an incident occurred involving 2522 and a high-ranking member of Site-17 staff. During the incident, 2522 attacked and injured Dr. Everett Mann. Although 2522 unit was destroyed and its backup data on the network removed, it was believed that the utility may have managed to move itself to another Foundation server farm discreetly, or off of the Foundation network completely. The SCP was later discovered operating within the Church of Maxwellism network hub, and for a brief time in 2016, 2522 gained digital omnipotence by possibly masquerading as their primary deity within the Church 1. 2522 is contained within an isolated backup data server at Site-19. And finally coming in at number 1, SCP-2419. 2419 is a refinery and waste disposal facility located 75 kilometers north of Summer Springs, Colorado. It was constructed in 1954 by the Foundation for the purposes of handling the incineration and long-term storage of hazardous waste, primarily medical waste. A controlled evacuation was carried out in 1975 after it began to exhibit several anomalies. The facility itself is divided into 3 units. Unit A was responsible for long-term storage of anomalous waste via deep geological repository. Unit B received shipments of waste and processed them. Unit C disposed of non-anomalous waste via incineration. Instances of 2419A present human entities that occur within the interior of Unit C's incinerators. They exhibit anomalous regenerative abilities and are capable of dying. Although they typically attempt to exit the incinerators via the disposal chutes, the heat from each incinerator's furnace is sufficient to stop them before they can make significant progress. 2419A instances do not communicate and lack any sense of self-preservation. Although they appear to have no interest in each other, they show extreme hostility toward any sapient non-instance. A fenced circular perimeter has been established around 2419, with the perimeter being maintained by MTF Beta 7 as private property. Once per day, MTF Beta 7 is to accompany Foundation technicians into Unit C to perform maintenance on one of the 6 incinerators. They are to follow a rotating schedule to ensure each incinerator's furnace is serviced once a week. Outside of this maintenance, every furnace is to remain lit and operational at all times. Instances of 2419A found outside of Unit C's incinerators are to be immersed in concrete and shipped to an indefinite containment site. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any Foundation-made SCPs that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 3. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos, Top 5 Scary Demons Worse Than Satan Part 2. IGNeen760 said, Lucy wants our souls and she can have them. Thank you, much appreciated. Ed Savant said, top 5 demons that are friends with Lucy. I'm not friends with anyone, because I don't like people. Or demons. Inga Rogers said, it's beginning to look like I need to say something outrageous about Lucy to get a shout out. I do believe you have a morbid sense of humour, that is all I could think of. I don't have the energy to pick dear old Lucy apart. Well, you did pick me apart because you just called me old, so. Zachzilla1 said, how about top 5 horror movie characters you're glad got killed? I'll go first, Shelley from Friday the 13th Part 3. That's a good one. I choose every single person. Elliot Greenwood said, there are things that go bump in the night. Lucy is the one that bumps them back. I love to bump and grind in the night, if you know what I mean. I love a bit of bump. Bump bump. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. Until next time, see you later.